ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AEW Dynamite review for week 12. So, looking forward to this week. I think this week's going to be a good week. Last week was superb, especially with our main event, ladies and gentlemen. So, let us watch this week. So, a few things as well before we get started. Kane and Great Khali have been announced for the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to those two. And Rob Van Dam is allegedly rumoured to be coming into the Hall of Fame as well. Don't know about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out soon. Also, the tag team of Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch have to strip the NXT Tag Team Championships because I believe it's Danny Burch who is injured with a shoulder injury. So get well soon, come back to NXT. You are actually bloody awesome, mate. I do enjoy your work. So, with that all being said, let us get to AEW Dynamite. So, we just had Kenny Omega versus Matt Sydal in the opening contest. And holy crap, that was a dirt-ass match. But, why not have Matt Sydal win? This was a good match, but why not just have Matt Sydal win? I mean, yeah, he's not going to win the title, but it gives a new challenger to the number one, it gives a new challenger to Kenny. Makes a bit of sense. I mean, who's the number one ranked? Bar Moxley? Kingston? I mean, there's not really any contenders for the AEW title, I think, personally. So we really need to make new contenders, and having Matt Sydal one, it's a bit of left field, but at the same time, it could be a good thing. I mean, it proves that anybody can get a title shot. But, this was a great match. There was a fucking near fall where I genuinely thought Matt Sydal did win the match, but somehow he kicked out. But they did tease that someone did kick out of the One-Winded Angel. And if I recall, I think that person was Kota Ibushi. I could be wrong on that one. Are they really going to be doing Kota Ibushi versus Omega? I mean, fuck me, if they could do that, then holy shit. But I don't think it was Ibushi. Again, I could be wrong on that one. But next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have Hamman Page versus Cesar Bonoli, Pete Avalon's partner, or former partner. So, we'll see that match and see how good it is. So, let's watch it. Oh, before the match, we had John Silva talking about his matchup with Mr. Darby Allin in our main event. Basically saying he's ready. He avoided the coffin drop a couple of times, and then so everyone caught I think it was Stu Grayson and Silva's partner, but Five just got shat on. He literally just fell into the chairs, and then Page basically just gave him a bit of a pep talk and walked out. So yeah, that's actually really good. I'm liking this dynamic between these two guys, between the Dark Order and Page. I think this is really fun. So let's get to Page's match. So we had Hamman versus Cesar. This was a good match. Cesar got some offense in, very entertaining, and Hamman gets the win with the buckshot lariat. He really needs to get people closer for that move, I think. He just manages to hit it every single time. But great showing for Cesar, great showing for Hamman. Then had Murderhawk talking about Sting. Good promo by Lance Archer, I thought. I think his mic skills have improved, but another person's whose mic skills have improved are Britt Baker's. I slept on Britt Baker. I will admit that. I didn't think I thought she was an okay wrestler. But man, after last week in this promo, she's really fucking good. I gotta admit, especially in the promos department. She wasn't as good before, I thought, but now she's absolutely, I think she's bloody brilliant. I think actually she's one of the best talkers in AEW. I'll admit that. So yeah, talking about the match last week with Thunder Rosa, if that feud continues, yes please. Talking about how the match is a legendary match, how it's a great match, how it will be the greatest match. It is a great match. Do not get me wrong. Greatest? Give it a few years, and then let's go back to it. But it is a great match. I'm getting that point across now. It is a great match. And basically saying that everybody slept on her. Well, I did. I'll hold my hands up. And how Mick Foley took 20 years to be a hardcore legend, and she did it in one night. I actually enjoyed that statement. I thought that was fucking brilliant. But yeah, I think her mic skills have improved. They're brilliant. Again, one of the best talkers AEW have got, and it took a heel turn to do it, and I think that's bloody amazing of her. So we've got the Pinnacle coming up next. It's Sean Spears and FTR taking on the Varsity Blondes and somebody else. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. But yeah, this is hopefully going to be a good match. Let's find out, shall we? So we just had the Pinnacle versus Varsity Blondes and Dante Jensen, I believe his name was. I could be wrong on that one. I do apologise. This was a good way to get the Pinnacle over, win for Sean Spears as well, so it was good. Very entertaining actually, but not liking the fact that all three Pinnacle, Warlow, Tully Blanchard and MJF were out there, but hey ho, what can you do about it? They have a conversation basically saying that, Santana and Ortiz are pretty much grains of sands in this business. If you want to step to us, step to us. And then MJF saying that he has something special planned for next week. So yeah, that was actually entertaining. Team Taz forming the Dissension with Brian Cage in that group. I thought it was good. Team Taz, Taz can talk. They all said yeah, and whatever. Then we have QT Marshall come out and basically say he wants an exhibition match with Cody next week. That's going to be good. We also have the debut of Christian Cage in AEW, aka his debut match, against Kaz. Ooh, Frankie Kazarian versus Cage? That's going to be fucking good. Cannot wait for that match. I think that's going to be a good match. So, let's see what is up next, ladies and gentlemen. So, we just had the other trios match with Brandon Cutler and the Young Bucks taking on the Lucha Brothers and the Reladle Kid. This was actually very entertaining. Great six-man tag. This was really fucking good. High up pace, very high energied, really good. And Reladle Kid gets the win on Brandon Cutler. Did not expect that. Kenny comes out and basically says, you've got one more chance to join me, to the Young Bucks. Instead of joining the Cool Kids and the football team, you joined Brandon Cutler. And they basically just walk out on him, Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler. Then Lucha Brothers super kick Omega, do their finishing move, walk away, and he's bleeding from the mouth. Holy shit, that did not look good. But yeah, this was a great match, and the promo was good at the end of the match. Then we had a Jade promo, basically talking about how she's going to be a fixture for months and years to come. Okie dokie. So let's see what is coming up next, because I believe we've got the main event, which is TNT title match and Tay Conti versus Nyla Rose. So we'll see what's next. Really, they're now copying Mr. and Mrs. with Rhodes? Oh, fucking hell. I mean, no, it's basically just a rip-off of Mr. and Mrs. I do apologise. Could be entertaining, not for me, no offense. We'll see when it comes out, we'll see how good it is, but again, not for me. So yeah, we've also got Moxley and Kingston coming up, so that'll be an entertaining promo. But we'll see what's next up, guys, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. Can I just say now, I love Eddie Kingston and John Moxley as a team. These guys are fucking awesome. I love them. Great promo by these guys. Kingston's leg is broken. Talk about MJPW and 6 years ago and not selling t-shirts. Ooh, did I hit a nerve? Moxley talking about shooting with live rounds, war in Jacksonville. This is fucking gold. These guys are fucking great. And I'm looking forward to whatever happens with these guys. So we've got Nyla Rose versus Tay Conti coming up. So let's watch this match. This will be good. So we just had Tay Conti versus Nyla Rose, and this was a bloody good match. And Tay wins with the DDT. Fuck yes! She is looking incredible. She is looking good. I think she's going to be the next contender for the AEW Women's Champion. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to that match. So then we have the Arcade Anarchy match that is announced for next week. I'm looking forward to that. Also with some other matches, obviously I mentioned Christian Cage and Frankie Kazarian, but we also have the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega versus the Lucha Brothers and the Laredo Kid in a trios match. Feels like they're going to be introducing some trios titles coming up by the end of the year, I think personally, but that's going to be good. A couple of other matches as well. So that's looking good for next week. I'm genuinely looking to enjoy that. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our main event: John Silva, Darby Allin for the TNT title. Let's do this. So we just had our main event, John Silva versus Darby Allin, and this was a really good main event, I thought. High paced, high octane. Silva got a lot of offense in until the finish, and Darby gets the win. Shows respect, and then Matt Hardy and the Hardy House operation, or whatever it's called, comes out and beat the crap out of everyone. Ty comes out and literally hits the bunny. Well done. Ends in a smart schmosh, and yeah, we're gonna have a tag team match with them coming up next week. But you know what? This was a good show. Great main event. Great matches. This was another good show from AEW. They do seem to be knocking it out of the park recently. So another great show. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for AEW Dynamite. I will see you next week for the CWS and the next episode of AEW Dynamite. Take care.